OLM being starting to be pressed now at the moment. You can definitely see Closh the Public Skull Satanta are really up in their game here in the second quarter. So with that basket, it forces coach Alison Keach into a timeout. Up there by Williamson. Obviously on that score there, Jason, obviously like she didn't really have to do a lot to get that score, but she found herself in the right position at the right time. And again,
we talked about this a little bit before the break, Danny. You know, sometimes you look at these games and you think the player is lucky for being in the right spot, and it might be an easy layup in that, but there's a definite skill to it. Like Williamson is after scoring, what, 6 points in 20-something seconds now?
She's got 6 points in, as I said, 20-something seconds. I don't think she dribbled the ball, and I don't think she even had to move her feet in any of those until she got the ball. So it was really good for. She knows exactly what her teammates are doing, and she knows what she needs to do just to finish off the play.
And it's a very smart play as well. As coaches, we tell the players, you know, if you can get 50 points in layups, then take 50 points in layups. You don't need to overcomplicate things. And Katie Williamson certainly doesn't.
What's going to be interesting, all right, we've 3 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. Obviously, OLM have used their 2 timeouts. So at the moment, obviously, Alison Keach on the sideline. She's trying to, I suppose, implement changes by just instructing her players. And she doesn't necessarily have an opportunity to get them off the court and regroup. Could this be a dangerous time here now for OLM?
It can be a dangerous time. You know, you don't want the score to, you don't want the spread to keep going. She needs to stop the bleeding here at some point. But again, this is a final and these players are here for a reason, so she has to be able to trust them on the floor as well.
And again, obviously, look, OLM made 1 substitution there, number 5, Celine Antancio came into the game. Obviously, for a few minutes, just giving Sophie Doyle a rest. But again, Sophie Doyle is straight back into the game. Do you think, obviously, OLM only having 7 players could be the difference here as well today?
It could be the difference, especially if there's some foul trouble.
On the other end, obviously, Closh Public Schools have been rotating quite well. You know, they probably used 9 players, so 2 more than OLM even have at their disposal. One player in particular that's probably going to need to stay on the court for OLM if they're to be competing will be this Lauren Buchanan as she fires up a 3. Stankovic on the other end moves inside. Williamson this time doesn't go, but she's there herself to deliver the 2.
Seemed like a rare miss there, Danny.
Yeah, I think she got it herself. She probably didn't believe she missed it, but again, as soon as she put it up, she was ready to get it, put the ball back in the basket. In fairness, Katie Williamson seems to be doing it on both ends of the floor. Obviously, as she trails the play here now, just after getting the defensive rebound, and in the position before that, she finished off the play. So, able to do it on both ends, really good to see. Karen Meehan goes to the line now for Public Schools Satanta. And welcome back for the second half, where straight away, as we ended the first, Williamson on the ball finds Meehan for 2. So obviously at the moment, obviously it's Closh the Public Schools Satanta lead 41-20. Just looking through the stats at half time. Jason, what in particular on the stats jumped out to you?
We talked about this in the first half a lot, Danny, but I think it's much the scoring of Katie Williamson. She had, what, 25 points in the first half? That's incredible. It's more than the opposition, so it's, you know, it's tough to do anything about that. It's tough to guard it unless you put one player and just man mark Katie for the rest of the game.
Obviously scoring 25 points in 16 minutes of basketball is an incredible achievement, no matter what game you're playing, but to be doing it in the schools, in your league final, really, really impressive. And then obviously we have Sophie Doyle just put the ball in the basket there. What kind of changes, Jason, should we see from OLM? Obviously just to kind of, I suppose I'm going to say stop or restrict Williamson for doing the damage.
Yeah, they're going to have to, like we said earlier as well, Danny, you know, this is a final. both teams definitely deserve to be here, so I'm sure OLM will have some sort of plan going forward.
So as we were discussing how they would stop her, Katie Williamson adds another 4 to her tally. So it brings herself, obviously she's already 6th. The squad brings herself to 31 points there now in running.
It's not bad, Danny. It's not bad.
No, you take it, especially for a Thursday.
Not a bad day in the office.
Already done clutch. Public Schools at hand. They're really like stamping their authority on the second half. For a team to be leading, obviously, by 23 points, they're definitely still kind of running in 4th or 5th gear. You can see, obviously, they had the full court press on, and they're really looking to push this game out as much as they can.
And Setanta do know what OLM are capable of, so they'll try push that score out as much as they can before OLM get a mount a comeback.
Obviously, throughout this week, we have seen a couple of like one-sided games, but one thing in particular that always jumps out is no matter what the score is, no matter what the deficit is, and no matter what time is left on the clock, the losing team always seems to really play right till the end.
I think that's a trait of Irish basketball as a whole, Danny. There's not many games you see around the country where teams give up at any point.
Yeah, really good to see, and obviously, especially in the schools basketball. Obviously, a lot of these girls now playing this under 19, so potentially could be their last game for the school. So obviously, after playing first year basketball, second year basketball, under 16 and under 19, it's a lot of basketball to be wearing the school jersey. So I suppose that's why they would probably tend to leave it all out in the court.
And again, you don't make it this far without having that competitive drive and a competitive spirit.
Ball goes into Williamson. Rebound taken in the inside. Meehan has it for Setanta. And referee Tony Burke's going to call her with 3 seconds on that one there.
And for viewers at home, Danny, that green area, the rectangle, you're not allowed to be in there for more than 3 seconds, so that's where that call came from.
So obviously Tony Burke felt that Kirby, he was in there a bit too long. Didn't stop her in that one though, obviously Kirby, and then picking up the steal, putting the ball in the basket, takes the foul, and now she's going to go to the line, shooting 1. That foul there goes on Elizabeth Dunn, number 7, so that's actually going to be her 4th personal foul now. So what does that actually mean out to OLM now, obviously having someone on their starting 5, Elizabeth Dunn, on 4 fouls with this much left in the game?
Yeah, she'd be disappointed with herself. It's a bit scrappy sometimes, you know, and you can come up on the wrong end of that. Fighting for a loose ball or fighting for a rebound, and you're split second late and it turns into a foul.
And the thing, obviously, because it is obviously the All-Ireland League final, obviously both teams would be going as hard as they can. So as you mentioned, obviously just that little scrappy play, those little bumps and pieces of contact, sometimes the referee can warrant that it's a bit too much, and obviously has to blow the whistle as well. As we mentioned about fouls and all that stuff, obviously that foul there now actually goes on number 15, White. Katie Williamson, a bit too late for the OLM bench. They would have wished she picked up her 3rd a bit earlier. But obviously Katie been on 3 fouls now. Again, will Coach Allen leave her in there, or do you think she might get her back out to get her a rest?
No, I'm sure she'll get a rest at some point, but it won't be because of the foul trouble.
Stankovic can't find Meehan on the inside, so the ball's going to go out of bounds. So we're going to have an OLM ball. Buchanan with the ball under her arm, looking to orchestrate from the point. Moves inside to Doyle. Really good defense there by Williamson, obviously realising obviously how much foul she was in and how much foul she could give. So she really stood with her hands straight up. Just made it hard for the opponent, but seemed to have worked. Doyle again. Tries to step through. Referee Tony Burke basically awards Katie Williamson with good defence. There's going to be no call in that position, so it's going to go out of bounds, and we're going to have a Setanta ball. Williamson really pressuring on our opposition there now, forced them to a 5-second violation. We're going to have a timeout there. Setanta the inbound to Stankovic. Again, Setanta really doing some work on the offensive end here, just ensuring, you know, that every player, as soon as they come onto the court for Setanta, they're eager to get their name on the score sheet.
And Danny, that's the second player now from Drimnagh to pick up the fourth foul in this third quarter.
I think on that one, obviously, it's Sophie Doyle. I think the coaches have to just want to leave Sophie in there for the moment. Maybe look to take her out then in a minute or so. And just with that, Jason, obviously we mentioned about how much a long season it is. I don't think, obviously, OLM, I don't think they would have started out this season with 7 players. Again, obviously, you know, more than likely it could have been through injuries and other things that they would lose players along the way. Just disappointing to see, obviously, when they are in the final there today, obviously only having 7 players available to them, and obviously a couple of foul troubles, meaning that they do need to go to the bench probably a bit too often than they need to.
Well, that's it. There's lots of stuff, like you said, that can get in the way. Fouls, you know, exams. But OLM certainly will be disappointed with the foul situation at the minute, especially when you're trying to mount a comeback.
And I think just on the fouls, I think throughout the fouls in the game, I think both teams probably have as many fouls as each other. It's just obviously with Closter Public Schools and Setanta, they have so many more players that have rotated in now the game. The fouls are a lot wider spread, where obviously OLM only having 7 players. Number 7 there, Elizabeth Dunn, and also number 11, Sophie Doyle, both having 4 fouls each. Speaking of Dunn, she gets to the basket there, draws the foul, so she's going to go to the line shooting too. So obviously Elizabeth Dunn now obviously needs to play out the rest of this game now without committing a foul if she wants to stay on the court. And with 3:09 remaining in the